Hello, Teak Nation. This is Shane McClure, Associate Regional Director in the Northeast. I want to talk today about how we show success in our fraternity through the KRAs or key result areas, and how those metrics enhance and advance the mission of Tau Kappa Epsilon. Just so we're all on the same page to start off, the mission of Teak is not better men for a better world, but is actually to aid men in their mental, moral, and social development for life. Again, to aid men in their mental, moral, and social development for life. This is a phrase that was coined by our founders back in 1899 and has been the core of our organization and everything that we do since then. And so over time, as the landscape changed, we started to have different metrics to measure chapter success, and that's where we got our KRAs. The mission in and of itself, when you look at it, is a little vague and up for interpretation, which is good because our founders had the forethought to make it so that it could be molded and not set in stone. And as you start to look at the different KRAs, you can see how they fall into those categories. So you're looking at mental development, makes me think of academics in your chapter, making sure people are doing well with their grades. Education, participating in our regional leadership conferences, province forums, leadership academy, all of these programs that we have for our members to get out of their comfort zone and to get some new information. That's mental development. Moral development, to me, is how you can contribute yourself to different organizations and different causes that are beneficial to the community. So St. Jude Children's Research Hospital is the one for our fraternity because it matches with our mission and with our mantras of not for wealth, rank, or honor. So that's why we raise money for them, and that's why we make that why we have that as a goal for our chapters. But it also contributes to philanthropy and service in your community. How are you giving back to people? What is a cause that really tugs at your heartstrings and makes you want to go after it and fix that and make a change in the world? That's where that moral development comes from. It also comes from just getting to know our brothers and having that camaraderie to understand somebody's background as well. But again, speaking towards the chapter, the social development. The way I think of it is in all of these opportunities and these events, our members are going out there, they're presenting themselves, they're behaving certain ways. And to make sure that these events go well, that's why we have our risk management guidelines, so that you can have your event, you can have it safely, you can have it positively, and nothing's going to happen that will ruin it. And then the for life piece, which is the alumni relations. And that's how we get our alumni to come back and help with our chapters and make sure that they're a part of it and also developing themselves. It's very difficult, I think, to develop without having the history of where your chapter has come from. And so groups that, might struggle a little bit should or would benefit from having their alumni come back and say, hey, this is what we used to do. This is how we ran it. Maybe you can manage doing that within your own chapter. And then the last big piece of the KRAs that I haven't mentioned yet, and the biggest one is recruitment and the people that we bring into the organization. And the way that our chapters interpret the mission becomes their culture. So how you strive for these types of development is the type of chapter that you are. And I believe that if we are pushing ourselves intently towards the mission as an organization to develop our members and to develop ourselves, we will attract people who are likewise minded. So if you have a chapter that is looking at this of, we're not shooting just for the KRAs or for the university awards, chapter of excellence, whatever it may be, but our focus is to develop ourselves, you're going to you're going to hit those goals. You're going to be a chapter that is excellent because you have members that are committed to the mission of the organization. So for all of our officers, for all of our committee chairmen, make sure that whatever event that you have is mission focused. And notice in there, it doesn't say that you have to do the same thing over and over again. I think one of the things that our chapters struggle with is that creativity piece of, we hit X number of dollars with St. Jude last year with this event, so we can just tweak it a little bit and then we'll hit a little bit more. You don't have to do that. You should have the creativity of knowing yourself and knowing how you want to get better, or looking at your events and how they can get better and come up with new ones. I think that exercise of bringing in a new idea is more beneficial to people than trying to just improve the last one. And so I want to talk a little bit more about how our mission influences our members themselves. In my opinion, every single one of our members, from the time that they are given a bid to the time that they graduate to the time that they are gone forever and left this world, should be checking what they want to do next in their life. What is the next stage of your development in these areas? I think if more people were asking each other that question and pushing ourselves to find that answer, we would have groups of men that are driven, they're motivated, they know what they're going for, and they will be successful. Because the more that you can share where you want to go in your life in any of these areas and which ones are your priority, you're going to attract people who are like that. You're going to surround yourselves with people who have those same kind of mission. You're going to have those kind of conversations. Imagine going into a job interview and they say, "What are your aspirations?" And you say, "I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this. These are the ways that I have formatted my development, and this is how I think you can take me that next step." There's a quote that came from Greg Roscoff that I really, really like, and I don't know where he got it from, but he said that there's a possibility to change your future at any time. And we are constantly in this battle of uh, facing a negative reality and planning for a better future. And I think that's very important of figuring out that next steps to make the future better, not only for your chapter, but for yourself. And so that's why all these KRAs, this is where they come from. It's because we see as an organization uh, in our communities and in our campuses, these are the metrics that show our value and show our mission. And they're very similar to a lot of campus requirements as well, which is lucky because that means that you have extra motivation to go after it and improve yourself and make your chapter great. Uh, but this is an opportunity for us to get back to our mission and to refocus what our priorities are. If you have an opportunity within your chapter every single day, every single semester, every single election to refocus where you want to go, and that's okay. The mission is to be interpreted by people every single year. So have those new events. Let people bring their new ideas in there. Let officers really get in there and figure out what they're going for and why. Encouraging that within our members is going to make us much more confident as individuals and as an organization. And as we continue to do this, we will satisfy the original purpose of our founders of creating a new fraternity, a better fraternity that stands against what stereotypes fraternities currently have. That is where this mission came from, is so that we can continue to strive forward a new path for our members and for our entire fraternity based on this mission. I hope this helps understand a little bit more about where the key results areas and the KRAs come from. And hopefully our chapters or you as an individual can put that as the focus of everything that you do as much as possible. The more values-based events that we have, the better results that we're going to have as an organization because we have a better motivation to go after it. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to our headquarters staff. We'd be happy to help with some of those conversations and helping members dive deeper and facilitate those conversations of what it is that you want to do in your life and to push yourself in development. Frauders, I thank you for this opportunity. Please go after it. Go get after the mission. Read it, learn it, love it. Read the Declaration of Principles. Read Opportunity Out of Defeat. Really internalize that as how it can influence your behavior and the behavior of your other members. And we'll see success. I promise you, you will see success if that is our focus. Thank you for this opportunity. I love the fraternity.